Another one this morning. Now what for now? So VDM through challenge you.
If Randy Peters and Mama P can prove that they were in that courtroom, I will delete my social media. I will delete my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everything. I will never speak online again. Let Mama P prove that she was inside the courtroom. Let Randy Peters prove that he was inside that courtroom yesterday. Mama P was outside the gate. Randy Peters was not let into the courtroom. They stayed where the security were staying.
And Joe, he said make Randy Peters and Mama P, they should bring an evidence that they were in the courtroom when the judgment was made. Now look, Mama P go drop a video when Randy Peters was giving the baby to Justin Crack. I say no lack of understanding, or is it that she didn't understand what the challenge was based on? The challenge wasn't when before the judge was sitting. The challenge is when the judgment was made. This is tire me. I tire. It's about time. This is a very good thing. When VM said in the beginning of this year, you guys to learn new things. Me, myself, I didn't learn new things. Everybody, they learn new things for this and that. Alright, the Peters. I be like that, the Peters. So I still like him, though. But this one, when you do it for my hand. For my hand. Because the video he did yesterday
shows that we have a lot of work to do. Not every person who criticizes a bad government is interested in a better country. Some people only traffic as long as the system is bad because it puts them in business. Let it be very clear. I have been with justice throughout this issue. All the work we did throughout last week, we kept coming to court. There is a lot that we have not been talking on this case because I don't want to join issues. I know all that is going on social media. Whatever that happens, we got a date and it was fixed for today, Thursday. And then Marshall came to court. And the judge, her Lordship Justice Abdul Malik said, who is the lead counsel, so that you can mention and then mention the other people who are appearing. Barrister Femi Balogun stood up and introduced himself. Marshall said no, he must introduce himself as the lead counsel. The judge asked Justice, said, okay, who should lead? He said Femi can lead, that they are working together. Marshall said no. He took exception to it and told the judge that if he's not going to lead the defense of justice, he wants to withdraw the bail application because he took his own name. The judge,
he was speaking as a matter of fact, as if he was right there when Marshals ripped up the whole paper and said, you know what? Sure, judge, give me back my bail application. I don't do it again since they didn't make me the lead lawyer. Like, man, you guys manipulated information, misrepresent information. It's not right. Because at the end of the day, there are millions of people listening. And people like us that can deduce. Because yesterday, even before VDM came out, I was making a video. I made a video. I said, this one not even me. I said, at the end of the day, Justin Crack was at fault. Because at the end of the day, he has the final say who to represent him. When he noticed all the commotion in the court, he could have just said, you know what? Barrister Marshall filed the bail application. Go ahead and lead today. Then if you want to come back the next day and say, you come out from the prison first. He didn't do any of that. He decided to go with Femi. And nobody's talking about the new lawyer, the Barrister Femi, that showed up. And when he noticed that Marsha was not or was unwilling to step down, which makes sense, I would not step down. No, but let's just call a spade a spade. How many of you go step down if you put in the work and another lawyer just came the last minute, the date of the bail, and they're talking about somebody wants to take the glory? Inversely, you guys, indirectly, you guys and you agree because you wanted to take the glory. You wanted to take the glory. But Barrister Marsha, kudos to him. Sometimes it's good to know who you are and stand on your ground. The guy said, nah lie. This one don't go happen today. Lesson learned. I'm not going to say I learned something new today. You know what? You stand your ground and forget every cock and bull. Don't care about what people will say. Say what you got to say. Do what you got to do. Because at the end of the day, game theory. How do you expect him to have put in all the effort, file all the papers, and you want to bring one Femi so that you guys can now come outside and say, you know what, this our Barrister Femi did it. Then everybody was like, oh, and we thought it was Marsha. See the game where would not be one play, but You guys miscalculate. I don't know say Masha na ganga. Masha na ganga. Masha okay now. When I want to take glory, this glory today, this same guy today go back to prison or jail. Stupid, you know, I don't want to call him stupid, you know, that's out of my character. You know, just a crack, he play with, he chose the wrong exit. I don't know what in mind they tell her that day. Maybe they say, as they just talk, no, you know what? Never underestimate your opponent. You know, VDM said that. Never underestimate your opponent. At this point, you would think they should know the type of person Masha is. That Masha is a man of truth and is a very confident and very fearless lawyer. Because that thing same happened when Billot case happened and Showore was thinking Masha would be quiet. And Masha said exactly what happened. This is what happened. This guy stole somebody's identity. Don't come here and be talking about oppression. In front of Showore. That's a face Showore. Since then, he's been looking for a way. You know, this is speculation. I'm not saying that's what Showore did. I'm just speculating. Okay. All right. Challenge yo, VDM say you guys should bring evidence because you can't be talking as a matter of fact when you were not even there. You did not give. I mean, when you're giving a report, you have to give a report that you were not there, but you were told this is what happened. Don't come and be say, Masha, you were the one that sent him back to jail. What about the same person that chose not to go back to jail? Jussie Craig chose to go back to jail because if you were smart when you knew what was going on. Could have just said, you know what, let Barrister Masha go continue. Let me come out from here first. Man, stupidity. But anyway, challenge don't settle. They say make una bring evidence. Just in case you don't understand the information, let me pass it. They say you guys should bring evidence that you were in that courtroom when the judgment was passed and when Masha withdrew and everything that happened subsequently. That's his instruction. Then if you guys are able to provide that him, very dark man, will delete all his social media handle. I say make I explain again. So just in case somebody they lack the lack of understanding. Everybody they learn new thing. Let's be sincere, let's be factual when we're giving our reports. It's very important because posterity will judge you. How this thing is always, online, documented issues. Somebody can always pull it later. I said, that's how you lied last time and you were talking about, whereas you were not even in the court. You see now, your integrity will be tainted. But anyway, make all of us the learn new thing.